Decidí venir porque la situación económica en mi país no era muy buena y tengo familia en Argentina, en Buenos Aires, y me ofrecieron para irme, pero justo estaba el problema del el famoso corralito. En el año 2001 fue eso. Y bueno, y la cosa no estaba muy buena tampoco en Argentina. Y en Brasil tampoco era tan buena y los amigos en España me decían que tampoco era tan buena, entonces los únicos que me decían que la cosa más o menos estaba bien aquí y bueno, y aquí estoy.
I worked as a domestic servant for about 10 years in my country before I got an opportunity to come to the United States. Um, I've always heard of the United States. I saw different shows on television about the United States, and I had this dream that I would like to go to America, is how we refer to it. And I wanted to be a secretary. I wanted to be a secretary. So I came to the United States in 1980. That was the highlight of my life, that opportunity to come to the United States to start a new life. I came with lots of dreams and goals and ambitions. No money, of course, but lots of ambitions.
There is no one killing or no gun shot hearing every second, every minute. Everything is so peaceful. So I said to myself, oh my God, these people, you don't belong to them, but they give you all this opportunity to be somebody. So peaceful. People can live the way they want to, freedom. This is where I want to come.
At the time when I was 14, so I think I made the right choice. If God didn't want me to leave, so be it. And I can't live like that.
Yeah.
You know, I can't be an animal and let other people tell me what to think and what to eat. I can't do that. And I think a lot of people, that's why millions of Vietnamese just get the hell out of the country.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't live.
Y ya como a los 3, 4 días ya me tenían trabajando ya. Mi hermana y pues, quería también para gasolina y que el otro. No, bueno, ahí estábamos. Pues. El idioma fue una cosa bien grande, pues. Eso fue difícil, pues. No era fácil aprenderlo al instante, al momento. No sabía no tenía ni idea cómo iba a aprenderlo. A los 22, yo 22, por ahí. Estando en el servicio uno se tiene que sentir americano, porque eso es lo que está haciendo. Pero a la vez es que muchos no es así, pero cada quien tiene su grupito, su raza, o puertorriqueños, o morenos, o uno blanco, aquí un negro, aquí así, mezclado, ¿no? Pero había bastante racismo, bastante, especialmente en el Navy. Ya, no, pero en el Navy, ya, me gustó mucho y hice mis años para ver si quería quedarme más tiempo, pero me golpeé la espalda, la mandíbula y la rodilla. Entonces de estar pues alegre de haber sido un veterano, porque eso es lo mejor de estar en servicio militar, pues, sirve al servicio americano. Y como ciudadano que yo voy a hacerme también, ya miraba eso, también me gustaba. Pues.
Entonces no eres ciudadano todavía.
No era ciudadano, era residente.
I work different kind of jobs. I work in a bake shop where people were throwing flowers at my face and saying, your people are starving, what are you doing here, you scum? I have people calling me all kinds of names, but all this time I was looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. I finished my school, I graduated with Kimi Pelada. I went to a 4th year college. I continued my nursing. I got my bachelor's. Dina and I were staying in my sister's house, and it was not a good picture. Dina and I have seen so much in that house, and I walked to work with a sneaker in the snow from my sister's house to work, my feet frozen. And one day I said to her, "Can your husband give me a ride to work?" She said, "My husband is not your driver." And this is my younger sister. So I said, wow, people change when they come to this country. They leave the children to me in the morning. It was in Davidsonville, now I know. I take the two children to their school, bring the baby with me, feed her and all that, clean the house, make the food. When they come in the evening, feed them, put the children in bed. I did it all. But what hurts me through all this was my child. I don't want to cry, oh God. Whenever I think about this, it just makes me. I didn't have time for my child, which I'll never forget is that when she came from school, she was walking in the woods by herself. I don't know when I'm going to give up. It always hurts me when I think, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was attending for the children because I want to have income and I want to start my life, but my child, she didn't have anybody. She was walking in the woods coming from school. She could be scared in the woods because she have never seen this kind of life. But like I said before, you know what? All this will pass. I am building something for my children where women can be what they want to be, and these are women.
When I got out of Vietnam, I didn't know that I would go to the United States. Just the bare fact of getting out of Vietnam is enough for me.
Yeah.
For like years, I still had nightmares. Like I would miss the country so much, and I would come back, and the communists would put me into prison. And my father and mother, it's so vivid. Would say, "How stupid you are! We put you out of the country, or how could you come back?"
Yeah.
And now look what you did. It's just the same dream. It went away. I'd say probably 5 years after I stayed in the United States, and it's gone. I think all of us did very well. For my brother and I, because we live under the communist regime, that really gave us the drive. Because we knew what it's about. We knew how valuable it is when we are deprived. If the family decided to stay with you, that's their issue. How do you maintain the same thing that they had in Vietnam so that the kids can go to school in the same way? And the parent would feel like, it is not a strange land that they can't understand, and these are no longer the sons that they have in Vietnam. It's tough to tell them that.
Yeah, I
It
see.
is something by osmosis, but you can't just do it overnight, and you just kill them. They have to realize it themselves. And they're expecting something from the son, and the son is just like me, working like 11, 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours a day, and they come home tired. I don't blame them, and sometimes they explode. They didn't mean it, but a lot of family had a very hard time adjusting. It's the culture shock and the guidance they need and everything. For the first 2 weeks, they just keep calling me at work, and I can't tell my parent, "Mom, you can't call me like that."
Yeah.
And then my parent was like, "Oh, I need to go, you're going to drive me," just like in Vietnam. So I'm to be working and drive them to wherever you want. And I just can't tell them, it's not a good idea. So I thought about it for a long time. It's just impossible. Plus my sister said, "Brother, I can't understand this. Stay home and help me today with my homework." And everything was really, and from the family point of view, I don't think I could manage both. It's the family or work. So that's where it is, and that's why I switched from one to another. But I was enjoying engineering a lot too.
Yeah.
Stayed there for about 10 years before I got out.
I wanted to be a secretary. That was my life's dream, to be a secretary. I got my certificate from Washington School for secretary. After I accomplished that goal, it's like I wanted more. So I enrolled in community college. This is Eric. He attended Fork Union Military Academy for his high school year. And this is my pride and joy right here. Thank you. I did not send him to Fork Union because, well, he was a bad, but to keep him in a safe environment because of my work schedule. I think it was important that he was in a constructive, secure environment. So he attended Fork Union for 3 years. In the Caribbean, a village raises a child. Here in this country, the parent is responsible for raising that child. Because I live in an apartment before I lived here. I didn't know my neighbors. Everyone went about the way, came back, went in, closed the door. You didn't know your neighbors. Home, everyone knew you. So you knew to behave yourself when you were on the street, or they will find your parent. You will be punished. I remember tears in my eyes one morning when I went down. I was working as a contractor, secretary for a company for Department of Agriculture, and I walk in the halls, get to my office, and I said good morning to 1, 2, 3 people, and no one answered. Tears in my eyes because I didn't know anything about that. I wasn't used to that, and I felt hurt. It's not the government's responsibility. The government is not responsible for us. Look at all the opportunities. I had no opportunity. But here I came to this country, there were student loans. You can apply to the government and borrow and pay a small amount. People just don't take advantage of the opportunities that are here. And then I've gotten this resentment. You foreigners, you come and take our opportunity. No. It's so much here for everyone. That is why too I say America is a blessed country. This country is blessed. Look how many millions of us came from other countries to add to the millions that are already in this country. And everyone can get a piece of the pie. Why not?
Y a lo primero tuvo difícil el trabajo hasta que como no encontraba trabajo en lo que mi oficio, que es electricidad, tuve que empezar a trabajar en drywall. Y no sabía nada, nunca en mi vida había visto drywall. Entonces tuve que aprender todo nuevo, de cero, todo nuevo tuve que aprender el oficio. Y estuve aproximadamente unos 8 meses aprendiendo con un señor. Y luego, bueno, después ya no tuve problema porque ya aprendí bien el oficio y desde ese momento hasta el día de hoy, a veces regular y a veces mejor, está bien el trabajo. Yo creo que todos los hispanos estamos bien en Estados Unidos. El problema es que no tenemos la familia. Si pudiéramos tener toda la familia aquí, viviríamos todos aquí. Es mucho mejor. Pero no está la familia, entonces eso complica todo. Familia, amigos.
Like when my parents came here last year, that they were surprised they will be staying here for 6 months with you. How would you adjust and all that? For us, that is what we want. Like Indian parents, to look after their children like all their life. Here, I don't see that. Here, mostly Africans come. Yeah, we are surprised that they know about all the Hindi movies. They know Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan. They know their family history. surprising, especially from Nigeria and Ethiopia and all. They're very fond of Indians, Indian food, Indian movies. And they come mostly to buy this electronics here. It is all that working at, it's not that 110 volts, it is to work, take to their country. So that's why they mostly come here. Yeah, people can do any kind of job. Like I wouldn't be doing this job in India.
Why?
It's not done thing there. Like there is no this about a good job and a bad job. All kinds of jobs are good. Job is a job. That's how it is here.
I don't want to stop being who I am for who I am and not for what I do. That is something, and that is, I think that is why it's so hard to understand immigrants or Hispanic immigrants. Because for Latin American people, who you are is so important. It's important to get a degree, but it's more important, as Henry mentions, if you're honest and if you have people that back up that. Or if you are involved in your community and you participate, those are important things. Not so much if you get the certificate or the letter from the guy in charge of Barrio Langley Park newsletter that says, yeah, she translated twice. So, and that is why the richness of the immigration community is not so much seen, as you don't see so many certificates or degrees. But there are other things silent or that request a change of perspective to be valued.
Yo trabajo en la construcción. Vemos que construimos todo. O sea, el 90% de las casas en todo, el 90% de las casas se construyen y se mantienen gracias a la inmigración hispana, que continuamente uno se pone viejo y enseguida viene otro más joven y va renovando, aprende. Y bueno, en el campo, en todos los renglones, yo creo que los hispanos somos una fuente fuerte de laboral, un brazo fuerte de trabajo en Estados Unidos.
There was no job I applied and have been declined. For some reason, people like me, and I think nursing is my call. It's not a job, it's my call, it's my duty. I love caring for people. There is no difference between me and that patient. That patient is my mother, my sister, my family. I would not even give 99%, I give 100% when I care for people. And I wish everybody is like that. And when I decide to leave the hospital nursing, one of the reasons that made me decide, other than my physical limitation, is the nurses who are on the floor, the way they treat the patients. I have so many young nurses I pulled on the side and say, would you do that to your mom? Why are you doing that?
I consider America truly the land of opportunity. If you cannot make it here, you cannot make it anywhere in the world, because it's up to you. The opportunities are there. It's up to you, the individual, to go. It's not going to come to you. You have to go get it. And today I'm an American citizen. Even though I have this Caribbean accent, I'm proud to be a Caribbean American, because I am privileged to have both worlds.
I feel in here, particularly as a Latin American person, I feel very proud of being Latin American and being in a grad school and working on my PhD, because I feel there is all Latin American people in the US are very much related to low culture status. And I think it's so important to show that you can go further, and just by your effort.
In the smallest way, you can reach out to someone, reach out. Because just someone's life history can make a difference in someone else's life. That, my God, that person made it. That gave me